A wreath is what greets your guest. You know, before you ever open the door, you know, it greets your guest. It says hello, happy holidays. It's a non-traditional wreath with a little bit of traditional added to it. Whenever I do a wreath, I like to layer my ribbons. I don't want to use a single ribbon. I want a lot of texture to my wreath. So that's where we add in the ribbon and we layer it, and that's your base, and that's where you start on your wreath, is with the ribbon, and you build the wreath around the ribbon. All the greenery is alive on the wreath. It's a fresh wreath, and it's cedar and pine and noble fir. The thing, if you buy a fresh wreath like this one here, this is what it's going to look like. But when they come in, you know, to us, or you know, wherever you buy it from, they come in, they're packed and they're stacked. So you want to definitely fluff your wreath just like you would an artificial one. You fluff it up because it's had 20 other wreaths stacked on top of it, and it's all flattened down. So you want to fluff it up and get as much fullness out of the wreath as possible. Unfortunately, in this area here in Dallas, you know, the winters are not that cold, and these are definitely cold greens. So they're not going to hold up for the whole season. They start to dry out very quickly. You can moisten it and wet it, and if you're going to do it after your wreath is decorated, you want to spray it and mist it from the edge and from the back, and that'll help add moisture to the foliage. Otherwise, it's going to get very brittle. It'll hold up and stay in place, but it's going to become very brittle and dry out. But some of the bristles, just like your Christmas tree, will start to fall and drop, but you know, it will hold together and hold its shape. It's all wired in, wired together, as you can see, so it's not going to fall apart. This is a pre-made wreath. It comes from the wholesaler pre-made, and it comes with natural pine cones on it. And normally it only has like 3 or 4. I think this one had 3 on it. And I always leave them. I just try to cover them as much as possible. Then I go back and I like to add gold or glittered pine cones as an accent. A lot of people like the natural, and that's perfectly fine, and everybody has their own personal taste. And that's why we like to detail each wreath, you know, according to each individual person's taste. It's just like you would with a pair of jeans and your blouse. I mean, it's like you want to bring in colors that are going to pop and stand away from it. Whether it be a green door, red door, black door, the ribbon, the ornaments, and what you decide to use on it is going to make it stand out and make a statement. So your wreath size does come into play with the size of the door, for sure. You put a hook on the back, and normally it's just a wire that's not stained. And this one here is just a simple florist wire, but it'll hold, you know, 60, 70, 80 pounds. The best way to do it is to take a fishing line, like a heavy gauge fishing line, drive a little flathead nail in the top of your door, and thread your wreath and hang your wreath from fishing line so you don't see it. I love Christmas. I love making Christmas decorations. I really do. It's one of my favorite things to do.